The cooper, here seen hard at work, long year. If Scotch is to reach its highest perfection, the new whisky must be left to mature, and maturing can only take place in wood. A heavy loss of volume occurs during this period. As much as 5 million gallons in a single year may be lost forever into the atmosphere. The casks are filled in a special building, and here again the excise officer holds the key to one of the pair of locks that secures the door. Of course, the distillery manager has the key to his lock, and when the door is pushed back, we can enter to see the new whisky being filled into the casks. Samples are taken from each, and the exact quantity and strength are checked and agreed by both excise officer and distiller.
$50.53.4. 50.53.4. 11.2 overproof.
Whisky is the reward of a long, unhurried process, during which the utmost care is taken to ensure that the highest standard of quality is maintained. All through the long stretch of years while the whisky rests in the warehouses, every cask is inspected at regular intervals. And so, in the crisp, clear air of a tranquil countryside, the hand of time completes the work of man, bringing it to that mellow perfection that marks its true quality. From fruitful fields, from ancient streams, primeval moors, and patient skill has issued a gentle benediction to offer itself for quiet appraisement. So, unhurried, we pass on through the years to the day when these same casks will leave their rural homes for the noise and bustle of the city. But first, samples are brought before the blender. I have here samples of different whiskies which I'm going to examine before blending. Many of them will be used, perhaps not all. I'm going to see that each one of them has reached the perfection we look for, with its own particular bouquet, or nose as we call it, after its long years of rest in the warehouses. These are Highland malt whiskies from Speyside and other Highland districts. These are malt whiskies from Islay, the island of that name in the Inner Hebrides. These are malt whiskies from the lowlands. And these are grain whiskies, rather lighter in body, and made from the still which the old exciseman MS Coffee invented 120 years ago. Whiskies from the various distilleries will now be combined in the quantities decided by the blender. And as the bungs are knocked out and the whisky gurgles into the troughs which will carry it to the blending vats, is imagination being strained too far if we glimpse something of the bubbling activity of those remote Highland burns that gave it life? The actual bringing together of the whiskies is accomplished in huge vats, and afterwards the blend is filled into casks again to marry and consummate harmonious union. In this state they remain for anything up to another year, during which frequent tests are made to assure the blender that his faith and knowledge are justified. Then, and only then, is the blended whisky ready for bottling, inspection, and packing into the cases in which it will find its way to every part of the world. No attempt at imitation can survive comparison, for nowhere else can be reproduced the indefinable quality which comes only from Scotland, from the hands of those who love well what they do. For these are the true keepers of the mystery, and they would have us respect and use well the fruit of their long labors.
Oh, no, laddie. That's no way to take a dram. This is something that time and history has given us. By the grace of nature, from the hands of skilled craftsmen. You cannot taste it like that. Time has made it, and only time can make enjoyment perfect. Do you not realize what you do? As Alistair Dunnett said, something is here of the inside mystery of the ancient distilling art, in which, for reasons which give him more pride than humility, and set him oftener seeking than satisfied, the Scot has been marked out as the custodian of ultimate perfection.